Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You are here today for our November PD Coordinators webinar, and we're so excited you're joining us. We have new people to introduce you to, and we have lots of information that we want to share. Before we get started, we want you to pull up that chat pod, and then we want to find out about your Thanksgiving, your favorite food at Thanksgiving. What's something that you always look forward to when your loved ones get together, your friends or family for food? Oh, all of it. That's great. Uh, Grapefruit pie, Kurt. That's interesting. My mom makes a peanut butter pie. Oh, yeah. Look at all this. So let's just start with dessert, right? It's my favorite meal to cook. That is awesome because that's a huge meal to cook, Jacqueline. Homemade rolls. Yes, we love those homemade rolls. Butternut squash, lasagna. Oh, that's great. Beth, you had a favorite one too, didn't you? Anything I don't have to cook, Jan. Dressing and chicken dumplings. Wow. This is going to be a great Thanksgiving, I can just tell. We wish all of you that are traveling some safe travels, and all of you that are cooking, give you a hand. And all of you that are cleaning up like I do, a hand. Peach cobbler, macaroni and cheese. I love that too. We got some cooks here. Peach cobbler, pecan pie. Pecan pie, yes. Seems like you can't have Thanksgiving without pecan pie. Oh, yeah, Ashley's it's making me hungry too. Yeah, Dr. Hills, you too. Oh, don't skip lunch, Jacqueline. It sounds like you're a great cook. Okay, tell me, Beth. I don't have a time on my computer. Is it 1:30? Can I start now?
We are 1:30 straight up. Go ahead
Okay,
whenever you're ready.
let's not waste time. We will start this webinar and we will share with you updates from the Distance Ed Professional Development Center. We call it DPDC. We'll share with you about new trainings, conferences, and any statewide events coming up. We'll talk about the TCAL monthly webinar series that we have, give you some testing updates, and then the PD portal have great announcements to share. And then your time is PD coordinator time that Krista and Wayne will share with you. So let's get ready for a great meeting. Okay, we're going to start with Ashley's team, the DEPDC.
Okay, hello, welcome everybody. Good to see everybody. Distance, yeah, can you go to the next slide?
Oh.
Thank you. I don't think we introduced our latest team member. Elizabeth Bohan is our newest member of the DEPDC here at TCAL. She is our new program coordinator. She's already done huge amounts of work in a very short period of time. So I just wanted to welcome her. She previously worked at Community Action, and she's been a huge help to the call centers throughout the years, and we even hired her as a call center agent at one point. So just welcome, Liz. We're just happy to have you here. Oh, and happy birthday, Liz. It's her birthday today, too. I think she turns 24. Okay, so here's some upcoming events. Effective distance learning for ABE GED teachers. Ooh, what did wow, sorry, Zoom is doing things that I've never seen before. It's like those birthday cakes there. Friday, November 15th, that is this Friday, which is tomorrow, in case you didn't know, from 1 to 2:30 p.m. This session, so this is the third session we've had a total of 4. So this will be session 3. This will be, we're bringing Denise or Rand will be back with us. So that is tomorrow. You can register on the PD portal. And then next week on Thursday, November 21st, we will be doing student support and best practices for distance learning as well. That will be brought to you by a couple of ladies from the Woods Literacy Council of Tyler. They're now called PAVE. And these are distance learning teachers who are going to share some of their best practices with us. So it should be great sessions. So far, they've been amazing. So this has been fantastic. Wendy, will the distance learning sessions be placed in the PD portal as a recorded version? Yes, but we're going to do it a little bit differently. I think we're turning these into actual courses. So it may be a little bit slow because we're trying it out for the first time with the Sasha did one at ESL. So we're going to try it out, but one way or the other, they will be available on the PD portal. Probably won't be until January though. Also join us at the Texas Workforce Commission pre-conference for a day of distance learning and digital literacy learning opportunities. We have in the morning, power up your program with distance learning. That will be Tuesday from 8:30 to 11:30. And then in the afternoon, I know a lot of people will be at the business meeting, but we are also going to be doing effective digital literacy content standards integration with Amber Miller. And that will be from 1 to 4 o'clock. And that will be at the Gaylord. These will not be streamed, so these are in person only. Call for proposals. I think Beth will drop that link in. Thank you, Beth. We have a call for proposal for distance learning and tech integration symposium in 2025. We've got a date set of April 24th and 25th. We're going to do it in Houston this year at an absolutely beautiful facility. So we're really excited. And this is our 10th year. I can't even believe it. So please submit out the form. If you are a presenter, you know a presenter, please refer because we're looking for best of the best in technology. So, and if you have any questions about this whatsoever, please reach out to me or the call center. Also coming up, Bridging the Digital Divide, featuring our own Dr. Glenda Rose. This is a link session. This will be December 12th at 3:00 p.m. And thank you, Beth has dropped the link to that one as well. This is just more of a reminder that we are still offering digital literacy content standards training, Distance Learning Academy Module 1 training, as well as DART training, both in person and virtually, if anybody is interested in requesting those trainings. And other reminder is we also always like to remind you that we are still offering free digital literacy curriculum for Texas AEL providers. If this is news to you, please reach us at the call center immediately, or we will make sure you are connected with the right people. You have two choices: North Star Digital Literacy and or Computer Essentials by Essential Ed. Both, you can have both if you choose to use them, but I hope we really encourage everybody to utilize one or the other to help students become more digitally literate.
Thank you, Ashley.
That's it. All right. Thanks.
Okay. So now we'll go into some new training and conferences and statewide, and I'll take you to the literacy symposiums. What's coming up tomorrow is the DFW Regional Symposium. It's face-to-face in person tomorrow, Friday from 8 to 3:15. It's in the Commons area of University of Texas at Arlington, and the address is right there. Then they have continuing Zoom links, the Zoom meetings, and anybody can join from anywhere. To find out all the information, you go to the link that's on the bottom left-hand corner of this screen, and you can find out where to register for the symposiums and how to get onto the online Zoom meetings. Then they have the conference coming up August 4th through 6th, little ways away next year, but put that on your calendar and they will be in San Marcos again. Okay, thank you. Who is next?
I think
Beth.
I'm up.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Paula. Just a reminder of the TWC conference that's coming up December 4th through the 6th. I'm going to drop this link into the chat. So this is the agenda, so you can see what's going on. The conference itself has closed registration, but the pre-conference sessions are still open. Ashley mentioned the digital literacy sessions that we'll be doing. As we also will be doing at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on the 3rd, an AEL business meeting. This one will be streamed, so you can sign up for either the virtual session or the in-person session. And registration for all of those is active in the PD portal. So I would encourage you to have someone from your program attend that AEL business meeting while somebody else is in there getting digital literacy content standard.
Thank you, Beth.
And then this is me as well. Just a reminder that COABE is going to be in Dallas in March 30th through April 2nd. I did check earlier today. Registration is not yet up, but they said mid-November, so I'm thinking it's going to be up and open at any time. There will also be pre-conference day with sessions that are half day or all day long sessions. So we just encourage everybody to attend. And I think that's it for me.
That is, and we're just pausing for questions and answers. If you'll just share anything that you need to know up to this point in the chat pod, we'll read it and answer. Probably if you have a question, others have questions too. Let's see, Ashley Bourgeon, anyone aware of any scholarships for attendance for the COABE conference? Good question, Ashley. Do we know of any scholarships?
I do not know, Ashley, but I will find that out and I can send it out to everybody over our PD coordinators listserv.
Yes,
and
thanks.
And Kurt's got a question, COABE and Taylor. Yes, so this will be a joint conference. So there will not be a separate Taylor conference, which usually happens in February. And the other thing I'll say to that, Kurt, is because Taylor is kind of supporting COABE, the state association does a lot of work to bring COABE into a state. So it's an awesome opportunity to have a national conference. But there are also going to be opportunities for volunteering. And we'll make sure that we send out that information when it becomes available. So they need a bunch of us here in Texas to be volunteers in support of Taylor and COABE. So that would mean like session evaluations, pointing people in the right direction, helping out with people trying to figure out how to use the app, all of those kinds of things. So we'll make sure that we share those volunteer opportunities with you as well.
Yeah, and share that Texas charm. Okay, let's go into our TCOL monthly webinar series. We'll start with Wendy with Manager Monday.
Hey, hello everyone. The next Manager Monday is this upcoming Monday, November 18th from 12 to 1 p.m. The topic is Harnessing AI, which is artificial intelligence, innovative strategies for AEL leadership, and the presenter will be Dr. Glenda Rose. This session will equip directors and supervisors with practical strategies to leverage AI tools for increased efficiency, data-driven decision-making, and improved student outcomes. Learn how to utilize AI for tasks such as student data analysis, program evaluation, resource allocation, and staff development. And Ashley created this little image from Magic School AI Image Creator, and I think it's pretty cool. So thank you, Ashley, for that. Next slide.
Very good.
And then in December, we have on the 16th, Building Effective Distance Learning Programs in Texas AEL, again, delivered by Dr. Glenda Rose. And in this session, Dr. Rose will talk about how to utilize tools and gain knowledge needed to create and/or enhance your distance learning options for learners in Texas AEL. Participants will gain an understanding of state guidance, including professional development obligations, The session will explore various distance learning models and provide practical strategies for implementation and optimization. So that's in December. And then next slide is just the 2 dates for the remainder of 2024. And then in next meeting next month, I'll go ahead and put out the 2025 dates.
Thank you, Whitney.
Oh, I'm not doing manager Workforce Wednesday yet, right?
Yes, correct. We're going to give Krista a chance right now.
Okay, I'll be back.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. So December's Teacher Tuesday is going to be a little bit different. Traditionally in December, I like to go and take care of the teachers and the staff in our adult ed programs. So this December, we have Protecting Yourself from Stress with Mind-Body Practices. And this is a lady named Marnie Kajicek. She is actually a instructor with A&M, the Living Well program here at Texas A&M. And the session itself is about, we all know by now that exercising, eating right, getting enough sleep, and connecting with others is crucial to managing our stress levels. But what do you do when even that is not enough? Maybe you experience life transition, grief, pain, or increased levels of anxiety that you can't quite seem to shake. If so, this workshop is for you. Come learn how to develop your mental, emotional awareness, regulate your nervous system, and process stress using mind-body practices. So please join us next December 10th. And the time is a little bit different. It is from 11 to 12 instead of 12 to 1. So 11 to 12. And we'll see you December 10th. And the registration is open.
Thank you. Sounds fun, Krista.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. And then the next slide is just the next dates through June 2025. All right,
Okay.
thank you.
Perfect. Okay, Wendy, you're back. Subbing for Dr. Olga.
Yes. So for Workforce Wednesday, the next session will be December 11th from 12:30 to 1:30. The presenter is Victoria Hinojosa. I hope I said that okay. And the title is No is a Complete Sentence, Learning How to Set Boundaries at Work. And the description is say goodbye to burnout and hello to a more balanced, fulfilling work experience. Join our presenter for an empowering webinar dedicated to helping adult learners understand the importance of setting boundaries and equipping them with the tools to confidently assert their limits in the workplace. That sounds like a good
It does.
topic. Yes. So that is the next scheduled Workforce Wednesday in December. And I see that you just added for 2025, those are the Workforce Wednesday dates that have been set. So you might want to update your calendars for that. And I think that's it for Workforce Wednesday.
Yes, thank you so much. Now, who is Krista, are you doing Anne-Marie?
I'm doing Anne-Marie. This is
Beth.
Beth.
So sorry.
No problem. You'll notice a lot of us are filling in for each other. We have a whole bunch of staff that are on the road doing training this week, which is great. We're always happy to get out and be with you all at the local programs. So I'm filling in for Anne-Marie today. So our final Tech and Tell of the year is going to be December 13th from 11:30 to 12:30. And Ryan Lett, who has done a number of Tech and Tells for us in the past, is a wonderful presenter. So I'm super excited to have her back. And the topic is Write Smarter, Not Harder, a No Red Ink experience. And so No Red Ink is a digital tool that really works with students on simplifying the process of building writers and critical thinkers. It equips teachers to deliver high quality writing instruction by helping them engage students through writing cycles that incorporate modeling, scaffolding, practice, feedback, and providing personalized high interest content. So that sounds awesome. And good writing tools are a real joy to have in the classroom. And this one is targeted a little higher, so we're probably looking at intermediate ABE or ESL student.
Great.
Next slide. And stay tuned. Anne-Marie is working, putting together all the dates and topics for Tech and Sales starting in the new year. And then I think I've got one more. And again, we rely on you all to let us know topics that you feel like are needed in the field, but also individuals who are doing really good work and might be interested in stretching their presenter muscles a little bit, and we'd be love to support them as they do that. So if you have a topic you might think of interest or somebody you'd like to see present, here are our email addresses, and feel free to reach out to us.
Okay, thank you, Beth. We're going to pause one more time. Any questions you've had up to this point, we'd love for you to put them in the chat. Oh, here we have one from Stacy. Will the certificates from Fall Institute be in the PD portal soon? Question mark. I haven't checked this week, but I have been before. Whoops. But I didn't see them last week. Sorry.
Well, I can partially answer that, Stacy, and then G or I'm not sure who else, or Yoli
Yes.
from. So if somebody attended in person, they won't have a certificate in the PD portal. If they were a virtual participant, they will. G, can you tell us where we are on attendance for Fall Institute?
We have marked all the attendance so far. We checked most of the emails we are getting because of the difference. Like, some of them they asked us not to mark, and some of them they attended online, and some of them so face to face. These were the reasons. There is some confusion. If you still think that you deserve, you should get the PD. Attendance for that. I request you to drop an email to pdportal@tmu.edu. We'll look into it once again.
All right, so I put the PD portal email address in the chat, Paula. And so if you have any questions about attendance, please feel free to reach out to us, and we'll get check into it for you and be happy to take care of it. Okay, thank you.
Yes, and thank you for asking, Stacy. We appreciate that. So now we're going into test announcements. Okay, this is just test updates because it is a crazy year for tests. Let's start with the Best Plus first. We have the Best Plus Test Administrator Training. Remember, it is on the Cal website, the publisher website. You will see a free online self-paced course, and it's going to be free for 6 months. So about April, I think they put on their website about April, they'll start charging, and that will be a fee of $125. So if you do want to continue being a trainer, you want to become more familiar with the Best Plus 3.0, I would highly encourage you to go and take that online course. If you have time to put that link in there, there it is. This is kind of something you might want to note because it's a little bit nested in the Cal site, the Cal website, but that's the link to you can have access to this online course. And then, of course, if you're going to continue to be a certified best trainer, got that one out, you do need to take these online course, but you also need to administer 20 tests and coordinate that with Cal to get your certification. Then the Best Plus 3, I'm going on the right-hand side of the screen. Only the computer adaptive version is allowed for Best Plus. Mahalia emphasized this on the meeting this morning. So the paper option is not an option in Texas. And then you might want to refresh your memory on the testing guide, just so you know what is acceptable, what isn't acceptable for this year, because it is a crazy year for testing. The old Best Plus 2.0, any certified Best Plus 2.0 trainer, we have that are available to train on the old tests, Best Plus 2.0, but not on the new tests, Best Point 3.0. And you just reach out to your PD specialist for clarification, or call us at 1-800-441-7323, and we can hook you up with the right person.
Paula, this is Beth. Can I make a clarification?
Yes, please.
Here. So the online course, just so I'm clear, so the online course that we put the link in here that's free for 6 months is to be a test administrator, right? Just to give the test. But if you want to be a trainer, then you have to take the course and administer those tests and then work with Cal. Is that right?
Yes. Okay. But if you have an itch to see what the 3.0 is about, you can take that course if you're not going to be a trainer or a test administrator. It is free for 6 months.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
That helps a little bit. Okay, now we'll go to the Best Literacy 2.0, the one that's written. We will have a test administrator training just coming up in a week or two, November 22nd. It's going to be 4 hours, and we'll have a morning session and an afternoon session. And what I mean by that is we're going to have 20 people come in the morning and open up for 20 more to come in the afternoon. It's going to be the same training, so you can attend morning or afternoon, and it is in the PD portal right now. It'll be in Irving, Texas. They've been so sweet to offer us a room up there. So like I say, the registration is available in the PD portal. PD coordinators will need to register your program participants, and we would highly recommend you getting a Best Literacy 2.0 manual, because that is going to be one of the activities, and you do need to have the manual to administer the test. If you can't get it from Cal, we are going to bring some extra ones, but that just means you'll have to share with someone. You will need to attend a full 4 hours, either the morning session or the afternoon session, to be a certified test administrator. And of course, programs pay for their own cost to get you up to Irving and stay if you need to stay for the night. Next is the TABE test. Let's talk about the existing TABE 1112. It is approved through June 2025. Okay, and Texas style TABE 1112 trainers are available. We can hook you up with some of those if you need training. Okay, and anyone using the 1112, they can be converted into the 1314. Now, the TABE 1314 should be available online around mid-January, and the paper forms will be available around April of 2025. Then the TABE Class E online. Currently, we're in the AB forms, and they're approved through June of 2025. And they can be converted also into the new CD forms, but the new TABE Class E CD forms will be available. Well, they should be available now, because we gave you a date of September 3rd of 2024, but the paper forms won't be available until April or spring of 2025. And then TABE Class E online trainers, we have a list of those trainers, and we can hook you up with one of those if you need your program individuals to be certified. Then, I'm sure you have questions now. That was a mouthful. Anybody have questions on the testing? If you need anybody else to listen to this, don't forget we've recorded this session, and when it's available, you can hear more about the testing. I don't see any questions. Do you, Beth?
Nothing so far. I'll keep an eye on it.
Okay. Anytime you have a question, write it in the chat pod. We're going to move on to the PD portal. We got some new members here too.
Yes. Hello, everyone. My name is Manikanta Ramakrishna Gautam Vempati, also known as G. I'm LMS coordinator with TCOL. We have a very interesting announcement from PD portal today. We are very excited to introduce our newest team member, Katie Gillespie, who is joining as a PD portal team at TCOL as our learning support assistant. Katie holds a bachelor degree in communications, which equips her with valuable skills for our team. She is known for being highly focused, detail-oriented, ensuring that she pays close attention to every aspect of her work. Please join me welcoming Katie to the team. Thanks for all the comments. Moving to the next one, I'm excited to share all our new courses in the PD portal, and I'll go through our courses. I'll explain more about the courses in brief. Tech and Tell engage all readers inclusive, part 1 and part 2. Inclusive is an adaptive reading tool for the students with special learning needs. This course shows how it enhances motivation and engaging in independent reading. And in part 2, you'll learn Occlusive for direct instructions, assign leveled passages, and incorporate assistive technology effectively. And moving to the next one, Work for Wednesday, Bad to the Bone. In the Bad to the Bone offers strategies for dealing with difficult bosses, learning, helping adult leaders, adult learner navigating challenging work environments with the resilience. And the Teachers Tuesday, getting to know Texas AEL Content Standard provides new instructors with an overview and resources to integrate these standards into their teaching. And the next one is Workforce Wednesday, Leadership in Action. Leadership in Action explores how to cultivate a leadership mindset among adult learners, empowering them to make an impact beyond job titles. Check out these courses in the PD portal to enhance teaching and support your students. And moving to the next slide. Attention everyone, I want to inform you about the upcoming PD portal downtime for CSOD November maintenance. It is happening on Friday, November 22nd, 2024, and the time is between 7:30 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Please plan accordingly, and thank you for understanding during this maintenance period. Going to the next slide. I want to remind everyone to visit tcall.tamu.edu/pd-portal for helpful how-to videos and step-by-step instructions. This resource is especially beneficial for the new users and can assist anyone with might get stuck during the training. To limit any frustrations, please encourage your staff to utilize these resources. If these resources, if you find these resources are helpful and if you still have any questions, please feel free to email us at pdportal@tamu.edu. Happy learning, and moving to the next slide. Moving to the next slide. Need any after-hour help, and a distance education call center is here to assist you. DEPDC is open from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Don't hesitate to contact DEPDC if you need any help.
Thank you, G. Any questions about the portal or anything that we've talked to? I think Kurt asked the question about training for tape 1314. As soon as we are able to assess that, as soon as it's released, we will definitely have training. Beth, do you need to add anything to that?
We don't have training yet, Kurt, because we don't have the test yet.
So. Yeah. As soon as we get it and we know what to test, we will be training.
I don't think the forms are going to be hugely different, so I don't think it's going to be a big lift to get the training up and ready for you guys. They're looking at spring, April, for the test, but that's date keeps getting pushed back. So we promise we're on it. As soon as we get our hands on the test, we will be getting the training updated for you, and we'll planning on having training available in the spring. And I just want to say, Paula, I think we missed that the PD portal folks will not be here on Thursday and Friday for Thanksgiving on the 28th and 29th.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, let's go to PD portal time. Well, no, it's PD coordinator time. Sorry about that, Krista. You're on.
You're fine. All right, we've got a few things to share with you. And I know for some of you veterans, a lot of this gets to be boring, or not boring, but just repetitive. But there's just some things that we got to make sure everybody knows, and this is the best time to give this information. All right, so next slide, please. First of all is some information about the PD portal and registration. And there's really two kinds of events that you can register for. You have the online course or curricula. These are courses that you can assign in the PD portal, can be taken anytime. As a PD coordinator or manager approver, that you can assign all staff at once or individually, or the individuals can register themselves. Then we have our live webinars, things like the Teacher Tuesday, Manager Monday, and those kinds of things, and other workshops that we have. This is on the events calendar for registration. The PD coordinator has the ability to assign to all staff at once or individually, and or individuals can register themselves. However, next slide, please. Please don't register your whole staff for these live sessions. Even though you can do it, please don't do it. Unless it is a session set up specifically for your own program, and we are always, that's part of our job, is helping you get these things set up. But if it's a Manager Monday, a Teacher Tuesday, one of the distance learning webinar series, anything like that, please do not register your whole staff. Part of the reason is that it inflates the registration numbers, and the trainer and T-Call, we get prepared for that many people, because even virtually, we prepare a lot in the background. And it affects the trainer's preparation when we have 100 people registered and only 20 show. So please, please don't do that. And an email is sent to participants when they get registered, but many times staff members ignore this, they're not expecting it, so they don't understand what it is for. Just as a heads up for us. And, you know, if you have any questions or you're not sure about something, please talk with your PD specialist and they can help you figure out who needs to be registered, who do you want to register, that kind of thing. All right, so any questions about any of that? Probably not. All right, and now I'm gonna send it over to Wayne for another subject that we keep talking about, but it's very important. Wayne, go ahead and hit it for Teams stuff.
Thanks, Krista. So we just want to remind you when you're looking things up in Teams that there are two little boxes there for your trainer provider. The first one is going to either be blank or it's going to say national conference, state conference, T-Call, or TWC. If you click on those ones, it's going to bring up the ones in those categories only. If you leave it blank, it's going to bring up the ones that were done by a particular program. I do want to remind you when it is left blank, if you visited a neighboring programs, they had one for a local training for them and they invited you to come. To find that one, you'd have to do blank and then pick their program from that, and then it would come up in the activity list when you're looking for them. Next slide. Okay, so local programs only put in the trainings that they do, which we refer to as local trainings. In order to do that, you're going to leave that first trainer provider box empty. You're going to leave it blank. If you feel like you have to click on one of those options, excuse me, reach out to your PD specialist and get some advisement, because you guys really shouldn't be putting in any trainings except for your own. T-Call will put in all those national conferences, the state conferences, the one for TWC for us, and the TWC ones. Now for Taylor, we'll go ahead and put all the sessions in. Same thing for Literacy Texas and for the TWC Institutes, the DLTI, and the Career Pathways Symposiums, and anything that T-Call is sponsoring. There are some other national events that you'll have to request that we put them in. And there's just a nice little sheet that you can use to do that. Next slide. So in the PD coordinators community of practice, you can find this little Excel sheet, and you just fill that out and send it into your PD specialist, and we'll make sure that they get in there. And usually it doesn't take very long for us to do it, and we'll send you an email back telling you, okay, it's ready to go. If you look for something and you don't find it, please reach out to us and let us help you find it. If it's not there, we'll get it put in there. If it is there, we'll shoot you a screenshot to show you where it's at and put it in, and so that you can associate your people. But please don't just put it in because you didn't find it. I think that is it for me. Any questions?
Beth just put in there, please don't wait until June 15th.
Yes,
Please.
please, because we do have to hand put these in. And you know, there's 52 programs, and if 52 programs send us 10 people each, that's a lot to do in a short amount of time. Best practice is that you're going to send it in within a week or two of the event happening, that you're going to go ahead and put it into Teams, just like all the other stuff that you put into Teams, so you'll know whether it's there or not.
Thank you so much, Wayne. And just as a reminder, he mentioned the TWC conference. So if you have people going to the conference, not the pre-conference, the pre-conference is already in Teams. But if you have people going to the regular conference, please fill out that worksheet and spreadsheet and send it in to us.
Wayne, do you have time to answer one more question? Hello?
Most
Yes,
definitely.
go ahead,
Yeah.
Kurt.
If you're creating your own and you leave training provider blank and you go to add a new activity, then when you're filling out that form that comes up for activity information, the training provider has a red asterisk, which means you have to put something in it. But if it's local, so it's not a national conference, it's not a state conference, it's not TCAL or TWC, are you okay to still leave that blank? Will it allow it?
It should allow you to leave it blank, yes, sir.
Okay, even if there's okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Kurt. Excellent question. Does anybody else have any other questions on Teams and these conference sessions? Again, this is your time, PD coordinator time. This is your opportunity to ask questions. So please don't be shy. Do what Kurt did. Unmute, ask your question. We are here. Okay, moving on. All right, thank you, Paula. Next slide. All right, so I wanted to spend a minute talking about. Thank you, Jacqueline. Yes, I'm going back in time, obviously. I wanted to talk a minute about the PD plan follow-up. Every program should have the templates that your PD specialist filled out the first three, the goal and the first two columns. And we're going to talk about some details here. It is uploaded to SharePoint by February 15th, 2025, not 2015. Wow. And always remember that your PD specialists are here to help you if you're not sure on filling some of these out or how to do this. So next slide, please. All right. So, okay, yeah, okay, I'm good. So this is the first part of the rows. The PD improvement goal and first two columns are directly from your PD plan. Again, the PD specialist just copied and pasted directly. The next two columns are the title of training or description of PD activity aligned to that goal and the date delivered. And you can add as many rows here as you want. You may do more than one activity for each, more than one training for each activity. You can add to this as needed. The main thing about this PD plan follow-up is that it's your plan. It's a living document. You can add to it. You can adapt it, change it, whatever you need to do to make it work towards the goals that you have now. And again, please work with your PD specialist if you find that your goals are changing a little bit. All right, next slide, please. And these are the three most important columns. The first one is how was the training beneficial, especially in terms of goal and program performance. So this is where you start to think about, okay, how did this session go? Did this activity make a difference? do we need to do it again? Do you need to change something in how you presented this training? The second column is what evidence exists to measure this. So did your, when you look at your data, did you receive some more MSGs? Are there more people getting post-tested and so on? So what evidence do you see that it was effective? Do you see more content standards being used in the lesson plans? Those kinds of things. And then the third column is one of the more important ones for us as far as your PD specialist is what further training might you need to assist in addressing this issue? So you've done this one set of training. What do you need to do next to build on the progress that you've made? Or, okay, that didn't work, so let's try this route. So the PD specialists actually use these follow-ups as our springboard for next year's PD recommendations and PD plans. So this is just becomes one continuous process, one template to another for your PD and part of the PD plan. And yes, and Beth says that they contribute to the statewide PD plan. So we take these and give them to our research team, and they use that data for the statewide recommendations. All right. Does anybody have any questions? Hopefully that was helpful to kind of give you an overview. Sometimes it's kind of weird to just get this template in email and our PD specialists are telling, but I just wanted to give a bigger overview of what you're looking at and why this is part of this PD plan process. All right. Any questions or comments? You're welcome, Yvonne. And again, these are the types of things that we can do in PD coordinator time. So if you have questions, email me, let me know what questions you have that we can share, because I promise you, if you have a question, other people, other PD coordinators, managers, approvers, directors have the same question. So please let me know what you have so we can share it with the field. All right, next slide, Paula. All right, your next PD coordinator webinar is going to be December 12th, again at 1:30. And I think I am done now, so I'm going to go on mute and let you take it back, Paula.
Okay, any last minute questions? Anything that maybe came to your mind? Got a lot of kudos for you, Krista. We'll take any questions. Of course, you can always ask us questions at any time. We do want to remind you that December 12th will start at 1:30. And if you have any or need any help, don't forget the call center, Distance Ed call center. And we've got the number and the link to the call center. And they are so helpful.
I think Rena was going to say something if she's still there.
I'm here.
Oh, great. Thank you.
I just wanted to add the call center. So I put it in the chat as well. So the 2 days that we have different business hours in our normal 7 to 10 p.m. Would be Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, the 27th. We will close at noon. And then we'll be closed for Thanksgiving, and we will open back up Friday morning. So if anybody needs our help, we'll be around. Thank you.
Thank you, Rena. Much better at that than myself. And this concludes your November PD Coordinator webinar. We thank you for joining us, and we wish you a happy Thanksgiving.
Hey, Paula, there is a question in the chat from Eduardo.
Okay, Eduardo, let's see. Will there be a specific session for PD coordinators during COABE?
Well, let me start, Eduardo, and see, and Krista, feel free to contribute here. We didn't put in a proposal, so like we didn't put in for a pre-conference or anything specific for Texas, although there will be professional development topics that will be available. Now, if we wanted to think about getting together, or setting aside a time, I can certainly reach out to COAB and see if there's a room available. Why don't you let us talk about that, Eduardo? That's a great idea. Krista or Lori, anything to add to that?
Nope, I'd like that idea. It hadn't even occurred to me, with it not being a tailie for a pre-conference, but yeah, but
And Yoli, Dr. Hills is going to drop by for some pecan pie.
I'm going and buying Texas pecans to take to Tennessee
That's
to make pecan pie.
And Lori says, let's discuss. Sounds good. So great question. Great thoughts.